Hey guys, thanks for joining in. We're just waiting for one of our teams to be here and then we'll start. Hey everyone, those of you just joined in, thanks for joining in. We're just waiting for one of our teams and I mean brands to be here with us and then we'll go live. Hello. And they're here. I'm just adding them in.
Hi,
Hi,
Titi.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So let's start off. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible, yes. What about me?
There was some lag in between, but I think it's fine. In case I can't hear you, I'll let you know.
Sure.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to this Amazon Launchpad Instagram live session. I'm Duty, representing the Launchpad team at Amazon. Amazon Launchpad is a unique program that brings to you cutting edge products from local emerging brands. You can access the store by heading over to amazon.in/launchpad. A quick disclaimer before we begin. All the information shared in this session are based on the brand's research and opinion. We suggest you use your own judgment before following it. So today we'll be connecting with Rashi Bahel Mehra, founder and CEO at ALANNA. Welcome to the session officially, Rashi. We're really excited to have you here.
Thanks, Titi. Really happy to be here.
Thanks. So just wanted to check before we start off, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. Like you mentioned, my name is Rashi, and I am a mother of a 4-year-old, and I'm also from a town called Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh, and I had experience in a corporate world for about 8.5 years before I started Alana in 2015. I worked with brands like Tata Communications. I've worked on the new product development and the strategic marketing with them. And the post that I joined Lenovo, where I was heading
Okay.
their EMEA region brand communications. And after that, I joined Samsung, where I was handling their West region, retail marketing for the modern trade and for their smartphones and tabs division. So had quite a diverse experience when it came to products and also marketing. And post that, I sort of took a dive into having my own venture.
Right. Thank you for that brief introduction. I think with that we can start off today's session. So Rashi, my first question to you is that tell us about the brand and how it all started.
Sure. So, Alana basically started in 2015. I initially started it into a natural and skincare route. We were the first ones to actually come out with a product called Lip Scrub, and we were top sellers for that on most platforms. That's when we actually started getting a lot of customer questions, and people used to come to us and ask us about their lip concerns and what more can they do to solve them. And we
Right.
realized that, lips as a segment, lip care is largely ignored. When we talk about lips, it's
Right.
usually cosmetics, right? It's not
Right.
driven from a care perspective. Though you have giant players in the US and China, but you don't really have any Indian brands who are treating the specific problems that Indian skin tone goes through, right? So, for instance,
Right.
we are from a warmer climate. So, obviously, more than hydration, pigmentation and sun damage is a higher concern that is
Higher
there on our
concern.
minds, but no brands are really offering it because the ones in India are not making it specifically for that. So we wanted to then narrow down and really have a specialized niche where we are providing solutions to people where a gap exists into the market, and therefore we launched India's first specialized lip care, as a pivoted version of our brand last year in April. So far we've got a tremendous response and we've seen tremendous growth and a lot of customer reviews, happy customers, and a lot of acceptance and validation.
Right. Um, it's something that like I can actually resonate with what you said, right? Because if you go through any of the common beauty regimes or skin self-care, you'll actually notice that
Yeah,
nobody really talks about what you can do other than just maybe applying a lip balm. I think that's like the most
exactly.
common advice that everybody gives you. So I think
Yeah.
that's one thing that definitely comes in. But just to understand the brand a little more, is that how did you come up with the brand name Alana? Like, is there a story behind it?
Yeah, so because I wanted the product or the brand to actually resonate the theme of being toxic free, right? I was looking for
Right,
a word that could symbolize beauty and also something which is like purity and a little bit of innocence in it, right? So Alana actually
right.
means innocence and it also means beautiful. So I found the word to be absolutely, right there, what I wanted to communicate to people, and it sounded amazing. So that's how it
Right.
got discovered.
Got it. It has like a very personal touch to it as well, right? Because
Right.
it adds meaning to the brand,
Feel,
so
yeah,
definitely.
personifies it actually to some
Yeah,
extent.
exactly.
Yeah.
Got it. So tell us about the type of products that we can find at Alana.
Yeah, so we actually have a range. So far, we have quite a bit of a regime. So we have lip balms. We also have lip scrubs to exfoliate your lips. We also
Okay.
have something called lip butter masks. Now, butter mask is something that we've actually trademarked, registered as a term. Why we say that
Right.
is because what we observed was most lip masks in the market were either alcohol or wax rich. So we
Right.
wanted to do away with that, and we realized that people go from a balm to a mask because they want to go for more hydration, a deeper set of hydration. Now waxes
Right.
just form a topical layer on your lips, and they don't really provide you deep-seated hydration. So butters are the right element to sort of add to it. So hence we
Right.
develop butter masks. And we also realized that because we wanted to have problem solving elements in there in our products, right, not just a generic hydration product, we have added
Mm-hmm.
palmitol, tripeptide, 38, and Pakaxi seed oil, like actives that are actually rich and they help with pigmentation reduction, increasing your cell turnover ratio, and sort of plumping and giving you that natural boost of collagen in your lips because lips always
Right.
depend on some other source of hydration, right? We don't have any hair follicles, so no sebum production is there. And therefore, you always need an external source to sort of provide any help to them, a therapeutic help to them. So these were the key insights why butter mask came into play. It's one of our bestseller products. We've got amazing reviews for it. And on April 2nd, we actually launched the world's first lip wash. And
Okay.
that is something that is non-existent anywhere else. Alana is the first one to do it, and we're very proud of the product. It's got a women's range and a men's range. I think people must have seen that. And the best part is that we realize that people usually to remove their cosmetics or even we use our lips for so many things, right? Food, coffee intakes, talking, saliva licking,
Right.
pollution, dirt. With mask wearing, you also have so much sweat and germs around, right?
Right.
So
Right.
there was nothing that was really cleansing it properly. What you actually do today is that we realize you're just wiping it off, right? So that's the source of
Right.
pigmentation right there, because we realize that okay,
Right.
why do we suffer with so much pigmentation, in the first place? So the cleansing, which is the foundational step, is actually missing completely from our regime. We either use a cleansing balm or we use an alcohol based wipe to just wipe it off, right?
Wipe
Or
it off.
maximum you
Yeah.
will just use most amount of water. We rarely even touch our face washes to that side because they make them so dry, right? So we wanted to create an aqua based ready foam solution which has infused actives which will help you not only with the post wash hydration, sort of cleansing the silicone bristles that are inbuilt inside, help you to cleanse them, really like gently exfoliate it. Also, the lactobionic acid helps with post wash hydration. So it is a PHA which gently exfoliates, and it also helps with post wash hydration. And then we have alpha arbutin and ferulic acid that are actually world renowned for fighting pigmentation, right? So all
Okay.
in all, like a great multi-purpose product to cleanse your lips from any dirt or pollution. If you're not a heavy cosmetic user, you can use it. If you are a heavy cosmetic user, you should definitely use it, right? You should definitely
Right.
incorporate it because it's just like a face, right? If I apply any treatment on top of a dirty face, it will never give me the desired results. So if you're
Yeah.
really not cleansing your lips properly and you're applying balms on top of it or masks on top of it, I hardly think that that can give you the kind of result that you're looking for to have naturally pink and plump lips. So hence cleansing is very important, and lip wash is something that we're very proud of. We're the first ones, and we're really hoping that, the kind of response that we're getting only goes higher, and people love the
Right.
product and they use it. Yeah, so
Right.
that's about
And
our range so far.
right. So honestly, a lot of interesting products. Okay, personally, it really fascinates me that lip wash concept because that's something like you said, right? You don't really think about it, but when you're just washing your face, you just, you focus more maybe under your eyes or like if you have
Yes.
eye makeup there. And lip is
Yeah.
something that you maybe just take some, your makeup remover and just wipe it off.
Yeah,
That's
just
something
wipe
that
it
you would
off.
normally do. And it's so
Exactly.
difficult to do that when you use
Yes.
lipstick, especially, right? Because when you're
Yeah.
washing
The
and a
liquid
face
mattes are
wash
the
doesn't.
scary one.
Yeah, and even the other ones, right? Because when
Yeah.
you're actually wiping it off, what happens? It spreads all over your face, and your lips can,
Yeah.
like, if you have cracked lips, and that actually shows up there. So I think that's something that
Yeah.
becomes really difficult as well. So just to
Mm-hmm.
like understand the like lip wash a little more, if let's say
Mm-hmm.
anybody has to use this, what would be the best way to use such products?
So we
Like
always
maybe in the
have this
morning and the
thing
night.
in
Yeah.
office. Yeah, so we have this thing in office where we always discuss this. This should be a part of something which is complementing your oral care routine, right? So just like you
Okay.
brush your teeth every day in the morning and then before sleeping, that's how the lip wash should become a part of it. That you should use it in the morning and then before sleeping also you should use it once for sure. So it's like, cleansing your lips, refreshing them and recharging them in the morning. And then in the evening, before you sleep, you take every dirt, pollution, germ, or even the cosmetic off it, and then you are hydrating it with a mask and then sleeping. So that
Right.
naturally will sort of give you the right kind of lips that you're desiring, right?
Right. No, that makes sense. I think it's just like a normal beauty routine that needs to be added, right? Like one extra step that people generally
One extra
skip.
step. Absolutely.
Got it.
I think because
Got it.
that insight has not come into the people, that awareness is not yet there yet. So that's our
Right.
intent, that we make them aware that it is possible to reverse pigmentation, because we see a lot of customers have actually accepted it as a state. So while it is taking us time because it's a very difficult battle to fight, but that is what
Right.
is our mission as a brand, that we solve all the kind of issues that customer is facing towards lip concern with the kind of products that we have.
Right, and that makes sense. Like because you mentioned a lot of your products cater to different type of maybe lip ch like challenges that people face,
Yes.
whether those dry lips or whether it's you also mentioned where you have
Aging
pigmented
as
lips,
well. Yes.
right? So all those things definitely get aligned. So just to understand a little more of these challenges, could you tell us a little more about lip pigmentation and when
Sure.
people? So a lot of people, like you mentioned sometime back, you get into like you look for a solution only when you face the problem. Nobody actually
Yeah.
solves like works to solve it. So
Proactively. Yeah.
yeah, proactively. And things would become so much easier. Like right now, I
Yeah.
there's been a lot of videos online where you see people going for various cosmetic procedures of sorts to, actually
Yeah.
lighten the lips, and it looks
Yes.
very painful.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah,
could
they
tell
are.
us something on that.
So, actually, I'm really happy that you brought about the filler element into it, because we've in fact had customers who've had lip fillers done,
Okay.
and then after a year or so, they are seeing that the color that was filled in is fading off. Now, the
Right.
primary reason for that is just like a hair, right? If you get your hair colored, for instance, if you want to maintain it, they always tell you, use a specific shampoo, use a specific
Right.
conditioner, have a good healthy regime for your hair, and then the
Right.
color may last longer. Now, even if you get your lips filled in with a dermat filled color, and it's extremely painful and expensive, but if you do
Yeah.
that, then it won't still last long because you don't really have a daily care regime. That is where we
Right.
are coming from. We are trying to create that awareness that, it is extremely important for pigmentation, specifically, what are the root causes of pigmentation, right? So, for instance, like
Right.
I mentioned earlier, that it could be something as simple as the coffee you drink, you drink, or it could be
Right.
something as simple as maybe you have a habit of licking your lips a little too much, or the pollution that is around you. The sun damage in India is quite extent right there. We are a skin of color, so we usually
Right.
don't have extremely pink lips anyways, right? And then
Right.
even otherwise, if you see, mask wearing further causes a lot of dehydration inside our mouth area, and then causes a lot of germ production there, right? So food acids, for instance, I never knew that food acids could cause pigmentation, right? So when we researched, that's
Right.
when we found out that even food acids react with your skin on lips, right? So all of these are actually primary concerns. So when people actually come to us and they say, I don't smoke but I still have dark lips, why do I have dark lips? So that is the first question that we
Right.
usually get, right? So these are the reasons. Apart from this, as you age, just like your face starts showing age in a different way, your lips have a different way of showing how they age, right? So that is, for
Okay.
instance, the lip aging that happens is that you will start seeing a discoloration. So you will have uneven lip tone as you age. You will develop more lip
Right.
lines on your lips because the collagen and elastin production goes down, right, with age. So it happens even for your lip skin, and therefore the plumpiness reduces. You'll have more flatter lips, and then therefore you have more lip
Right.
lines, right? The smoothness goes away. You had much more smoother lips earlier. Now they are more chappy and patchy, right? So all of
Right.
this actually is a result of natural aging as well. So it is not just smoking that actually causes lip pigmentation. There are many reasons for it. And what we are suggesting is that if you have a healthy and a consistent lip care routine that consists of high performing actives, right, along with products that are designed specifically as a function to solve your lip pigmentation, then you can do it. It may take longer, but that is the procedure which is less painful, less expensive. And overall, if you don't do this, even if you get intermittent some shortcuts, it is not really going to solve the purpose in the longer run. So you need to have a healthy
Right.
care. Yeah.
No, th that makes sense. And it's something that you have to adapt like over a period of time, right? Like whatever you're taking care
Right.
for, like you said, it's not going to immediately happen. I think it just takes a lot of time. And that's where the consumers actually give up, saying that,
Yeah.
okay, this product is not working out for us, thinking that results will
Yeah.
show within maybe 1 week of using. And it's not just for this product, it's like general behavior when you're not aware of these things. So I think that
Yes.
comes into
Yes.
picture. But
Yeah.
to shed some light on like best practices, for example, if you had to lay out like maybe not the perfect, but like a good routine to follow for lip care, along with everything else that people do in the morning or in the evening, what would
Yeah.
it be? And anything in particular for summer as well?
I think an ideal. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think the basics need to be set first, right? So, like we said, that we do have moisturization and exfoliation as a part of the lip care industry now. So, people are more and more aware about lip scrubs, right? So, these two
Right.
basics are there. But I personally, even cleansing because people confuse them with balms. So washing your lips and letting them dry, then exfoliating them with a lip scrub, or you can have like a lip brush that we have along with the lip wash. So something which genuinely exfoliates your chapped skin, that you've developed sort of during the day. And if you're
Right.
using a physical scrub, ideally you should not use it for more than 3 times in a week because the lip skin is very sensitive, right? And whenever you
Right.
rub your lips, you should always be very gentle because the excess friction again causes pigmentation. So it will go back,
Okay.
as a backlash. So it's very important to be very gentle when you're rubbing your lips at the same time when you're using this. And then following up with the lip balm and layering it up with the lip mask is what we usually recommend, so that you have like a
Okay.
double packed hydration. So yeah, so this at least having that cleansing, exfoliating, moisturizing routine done right, even if you do just this much
Right.
in the initial phase, is very very important. And I think it is season agnostic because just like a face
Right.
care, it's maybe that you use something a little more richer in hydration and lesser in hydration, like a little less greasy during the summers. But other than that, the care regime broadly has the same steps. It doesn't really changes too much with the seasoning. Maybe just one layer of additional moisturizer would get added.
Right. And maybe using the right products as well, because sometimes we just
Absolutely.
and this
So
is
using
across, right?
problem
You guys.
solving products, right? Because
Yeah.
generic products, what are they promising you? It could be different, but actually realizing and accepting that you have an issue and then trying to work around a regime around it usually is the best way to go. So,
Got it. Definitely aligned on that. So,
yeah.
like with that in mind, if you had to recommend one product that everybody should have from Alana, what would it be?
I think the lip wash because I know that nobody has it. It is such an important part of having in your regime. I couldn't stress on
Right,
it more. I think people would still have a scrub or a balm from someone else or a mask from someone else. But cleansing is key. If you're going to use anything other than that and not use this, then it's not going to solve the purpose.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, it's actually something very different that I've heard about. So I think I'm gonna definitely try that.
We'd
So,
love to. Yeah.
yeah. So thanks for that. So, moving on to my next question is actually not a question per se. We have questions from the viewers and followers that we have. So, the other day recently, we actually put across a post asking a question on common concerns that they have and on nip care and related challenges that they face. So,
Right.
we have about a couple of questions. So, I will ask you that question and maybe we can answer it so that
Sure.
the follower could know. Right. So, from
Sure.
Akansha 912, we have one question which says, are micellar and face wipes safe to clean lipsticks?
Yeah, so actually, that's a common question that we get when we specifically talk about the lip wash. Now, while micellar water and wipes, I would definitely stay against wipes, not to hold it against anyone who's selling it, but wipes have a
Okay.
lot of alcohol. So, for instance, if you leave the pouch open, right, the entire thing will dry up. That should tell you that there is a lot of alcohol in the product that you use. Now, if you're using
Okay.
alcohol on your lips, they're definitely going to get more chapped and you're going to suffer a lot more, right? Because
Right.
you're rubbing something which is drying your lips rather than hydrating them. So that's the first
Right.
fight that you have. Now micellar water is more aqua based. Now it is not the difference is maybe in the level of surfactants that we've used. Okay, so let's talk about
Okay.
this. While you're using a micellar water, yes, your lipstick will seem to have been completely
Cleared
cleaned,
out. Yeah.
right? But you're actually wiping it and creating friction through the wipe again, and it is again a product that has some surfactants. It is only the percentage of the surfactant is very, very low, and it is mostly
Right.
water, right? It is mostly distilled
Got it.
water. That is the difference. When
Right.
we designed our formulation for lip wash, the basic difference that we wanted was we wanted least possible friction. That is why it comes in a foam based formula. We initially, when we were experimenting with the product, we even went for a gel base, but then we realized, they'll have to create friction, and then there are no follicles to
Right.
create that foam. So how will you do that? So
Right.
that is going to worsen the problem. They're not going to solve it. So when you actually pump the lip wash, it comes easily with a ready foam. So the timing of removal is so less, and the amount of friction that you cause to remove your lipstick is actually within minute seconds. So basically, it is like really easy to remove, and you don't create a lot of fuss about sort of taking it off, as well as you don't cause that friction. It's very gentle. The foam is so thick and silky and smooth that you don't feel that friction. It forms like a good layer between your lips and the bristles, so that there is no friction,
Right.
and that is again a very important aspect when it comes to pigmentation. So answering the question, yes, you can use them to wipe your lips, but then again, I'm using the word wipe. You will again wipe your lipstick off. You will not really wash your lips. Washing your lips clean is very, very important.
Yeah, and actually to think of it, that's pretty true because now when I think of it, because using micellar water or even the wipes, right, when you use a cotton wipe, it actually takes a lot of effort. Like you actually
Yeah, it
have to
does.
like literally like keep rubbing it off because
Yeah,
like if you have dry lips, it gets stuck in between like
yes,
the layers and stuff. And then it's
the
very
layers. Yeah, yeah,
difficult to get that. Yeah. So that's something
absolutely.
completely aligned. So a point to
Yeah.
be noted. So I will move on to the next question from one of our other followers is from Renuka. She's asked whether coconut oil or almond oil, which one is better for
Mhm.
lips?
Okay, so first is, why are you using that oil? If you're using it as a form of hydration, then okay, but is that the ideal case? I would still say no. But if you are just asking to choose between the two, I would still go for coconut, because almond oil is a lot thicker and a lot stickier, and the
Right,
purpose is also different, right? So when it comes to coconut, it does help in some form of lip lightening and hydration, but and because it is non-comedogenic and it is also lighter, so I would always
right.
prefer coconut oil. But I would still say that home remedies can backfire. I've seen that happen with a lot of customers, and home remedies are not science backed. So if you want to use it
Yeah.
as an add-on into your regime, go for it. Otherwise, avoid it.
Right. I think this is just primarily a lot of when anytime you Google things like this, I think that's the first recommendation that comes up as part of home remedy,
Yeah,
right? So I think that that
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah. DIYs can
common
be quite scary
misconception.
sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah, that's where it's coming from. Okay,
yeah.
so next question by Sujan Ganguly is
Mhm.
my lips have turned black and darkish. I want to have them back to be pinkish.
Yeah, so again, what we are
Constant third.
completely working on day and night, and we are trying to come up with better and better products to sort of deal with that problem because we do realize that, that's the most common and pressing problem that all of us go through, including me,
Right,
right? So we
right.
have to understand, like I mentioned before, that if you want that, then please do follow a proper healthy lip care regime based on, products that are right there to solve that particular problem. Once you follow a good regime, it will definitely help you.
Right. I think we already spoke about the tentative regime that they
Yes,
should follow, and I
yes,
think take some time. Like, don't try it for some time and then give up. I
yes,
think the
exactly.
longer
That's
they
a
try,
very
the
valid
better.
point. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Last question by Avi Singh, 1194 is what is the result and expectations? That's all the question is. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
But maybe about the brand, maybe about using products. That could be something that we could be
Sure.
talking about.
So I would, like you mentioned, not giving up on it is the key. Now, we have actually got lab proven studies where we have seen results through our products within 28 days. But we've seen that because the pigmentation is severe, sometimes for some customers who are, again, happy customers, but it has taken them any time between 1 to 2 months. Some, it has
Right.
taken even longer. So it also depends on the severity of your pigmentation. It depends a lot on the consistency of use that you provided. Sometimes we get lazy, we don't do things. So that is also an important aspect. And also
Right.
that, how long, since how correctly also you've been using the products. Like I mentioned, some things, if you use wrong, then they can also backfire. So it's very important that you use the product correctly, consistently, and then have patience to sort of
Got
develop it. But yeah, anywhere between 1 to 2 months, if the products are effective, it should give you results.
got it. We actually have one more question that has just come in from the audience. Maybe we can take this.
Sure. Yeah.
I think Rashi Bahel is asking that do you have any combinations to try for pigmentation? Can pregnant women try it? That's an
Yeah,
interesting
that's an
question.
interesting, yeah. So
Yeah.
pregnant women, yes, they can try it. In fact, we do get this question asked because we have actives. So people who are pregnant or people who are breastfeeding, for instance, the mothers who are lactating, it is safe to use. The only product that we
Okay.
recommend not to use is the night lip butter mask because it has retinoid. So vitamin
Okay.
A is something that you should stay against, but everything else in our portfolio is absolutely open to use for pregnant women. In terms of the combos, yes, we do have lip pigmentation reduction routines. We have one set for beginners. We also have one set, which is a complete set. We also have different sets for hydration, people who have excessive amount of dryness and chapped lips, and plumping. If you are somebody who suffers from thin lips, insecurity, and you want to sort of have naturally collagen boosted lips, then we do have a combination for that as well.
Got it. I think that's a helpful answer. I think, yeah, that's it for today from the audience questions. My last question to you, Rashi, would be that while I think a lot of us understood what sets you apart, what, according to you, is that one factor that sets you apart from everybody out there?
Our specialization into one particular category. I think instead of being a master of all, we're trying to really, being there and be focused. We're trying to
Right,
work on one thing, and therefore we believe that we can really become good at it because we're really focused. So I think that is one
right.
thing that we have different.
Definitely agree with you. I think you've picked up personally as a person who does try to follow like a self-care regime on the regular basis, is that that's the one thing that you actually miss out. So it actually makes you want to consider a lot of things, right? So definitely
Exactly.
aligned there. And with that, we will conclude today's session, Rashi. It was really exciting to have you here, and it was a super useful session. So thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you for having me here and giving me this opportunity. And always been a pleasure to be associated with Amazon Launchpad.
Thank you so much for that. And now to the audience, thank you for joining and do save this space as we discover more such insights from differentiated brands on Amazon Launchpad. Once again, Rashi, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
and
you.
take care.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Didi.
Thanks. Bye.